y'all. Thinking about this movie kind of shivers my timbers, because YouTube, welcome back to my channel. We're doing a very interesting video because y'all know it's October and I'm supposed to be posting it every single day in October, but I ain't gonna lie, I missed 6 days because I missed the first 5 and I missed yesterday, but I don't think I'm gonna post on Sundays because Sundays are usually when I'm really busy. So I'm back here today and I actually decided to tell you all my favorite horror movies because I don't think I ever really discussed like horror movies that much, and I watch horror movies a lot. Like this year I've been trying to watch more of the classics because like I obviously saw a few but I never went into their whole franchise, but I've been doing that this year with like Friday the 13th, Halloween, stuff like that. Even the Nightmare on Elm Street, I started that, but you know, gotta get into that one. I'm gonna be telling y'all my favorite so far because I've read quite a bit. So yeah, I mean watch. Sorry, it's not a reading video. My brain, it be scrambled. Stop. You guys, I'm gonna totally act like I did not have to search up a bunch of horror movies so I could remember certain ones I watched, because I want to leave out some of the ones I watched a while ago, what I really liked at the time. I made a list of 10, but I think by the end of the year this is gonna change because I already have a list of like 20 movies I'm supposed to watch in Halloween what I haven't seen yet. So this is just right now, so don't play me too much because I haven't watched a lot of the classics, just seen like some of the more popular ones I guess, but this is my list, so if y'all ready, we're about to get into it. So the first movie I have on here, and which is my favorite horror movie of all time, is Scream. It's always been, I watched Scream sometime last year, and I think for the first time ever, and I just loved it. I really like slasher films, so I think that's why it's my favorite. But the first one is obviously my favorite because it just does it the best. I feel like it was a lot better handling the characters and the plot, and it's just a classic. But then I really like the new one what came out this year actually because it's pretty good. I feel like they changed things around and kind of try to make it different, and they kind of succeeded. I'm hoping they're making a new one. I think I heard that they are. My least favorite is the third. Not even gonna lie, I don't really remember what happened in the third. Oh yeah, I don't know, I just don't really like the third one. It's my favorite horror movie. And then my second favorite horror movie is It, the one from 2017, not the one from 1990, because I don't think I ever watched that one. But It 2017 was like first horror movie I feel like I ever really watched. I just loved it so much. I don't know if it was the cast or if it because I was younger and it kind of scared me, but it's a really good movie. Like, I don't know, I just really liked it. And the one that came out after it, I liked it but not to the same extent. Like I used to watch It like a lot, so that one was definitely really good. And recently I watched The Shining, so that's in my number 3 because after I watched it this year, I just kept thinking about it and searching up like theories about it, and I still haven't read the book, in which I want to check it out soon, but I don't know, I feel like it's a really interesting movie. Seeing people's thoughts on it is just also very intriguing. Then I also watched The Nightmare on Elm Street this year, and I put it at number 4 because out of all of the classic horror movies I watched this year, which is like Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, stuff like that, my favorite was Nightmare on Elm Street in their first movies because I feel like A Nightmare on Elm Street, it was scary and yet I was interested in the characters. I feel like in certain horror movies they put more of an emphasis on the villain than the characters, and it's just like, oh well, they can kind of die. But this movie, I kind of felt attached to the characters. I wonder if that makes sense. But then I have at number 5 Halloween and Friday the 13th because I was gonna put, now me thinking about it, I was gonna put Halloween before Friday the 13th. In terms of their first movie, I feel like I liked Halloween more just because, I don't know, I feel like it was a little better with handling the plot. I don't know, that's just me though. But Friday the 13th, I'm at the 7th movie of the franchise, and I like sequels a lot more, if that makes sense. Because in Halloween, it just feels like they're dragging it a little bit. Because it's like, Michael Myers, was it ever really that serious? And I'm only at the 5th movie in Halloween, and it's just like, what's still going on? He's still gonna keep coming back? Like, alright. I don't know, I just don't really like horror movies where the killer is supposed to not be able to die. It's just not adding up to me. But I do like these movies in terms of significance they had on horror, if that makes sense. the role they played, I guess. Because if it wasn't for Halloween and Friday the 13th, we wouldn't have Scream. So I guess. The sixth movie I have on this list is Carrie, in which I really love this movie. I watched this movie, I believe, in September or August, and I just really liked it. I don't know how to explain what I like about it. I just felt like a very interesting movie, and yet, now me trying to remember what happened. Certain parts is kind of blurring. My memory's bad, but I really liked it. That's all I know. Then the seventh movie I have on this list is Ready or Not, in which was a movie I think my sister had me watching when I was like 10 or 9, and I just always remember it. Like, it's always in the back of my mind. I feel like this was the first movie where I seen, I guess you would call her a final girl. Like, that was the first time I saw that in a movie, and I was like, wow, she really ate. She really did her thing, and I just love it. I just remember it so well for somebody that doesn't have a good memory. Now, the only movie on this list what really scared me is my favorite movie, and which is Candyman. Thinking about this movie kind of shivers my timbers, because me personally, I have a big fear of bees. And the fact that Candyman got eaten alive by bees is like, yeah, it gave me nightmares. And not only that, I had watched this movie when I was like 10 with my sister, and she fell asleep and it was late at night, and I just remember it so vividly, me going back to my room and being scared. It was so good. Yeah, it was so scary, but I don't remember anything other than the fact that Candyman has a hook hand and the bees. Like, that's all there is to remember. And of course, I know they made the new one, the new Candyman from like 2000 and something to I think 2020. And I watched that one, but it wasn't scary. I don't really like it, but I definitely like the original one. So at number 9, I have Jennifer's Body, in which, I don't know if this is really considered a horror movie, or I guess it would be considered a horror movie. I like this one. I watched it like last year. It's really good. I just, you know, people parallel this movie with American Psycho, and I also watched American Psycho this year, and I didn't really like it. I'm not gonna say I didn't like it because the movie was bad, but I didn't like it because he was killing girls. Only girls, I think. And I'm just like, but I mean, in Jennifer's Body, she was killing only boys, so anyways. And the last movie I have on this whole list is The Boy, in which this movie I watched in like 2018. I was younger after I watched it. I kind of got in my horror era, but I didn't know horror movies to watch, I guess. And me and my sister used to watch them a lot. I remember watching this one with her. It scared me a little bit, yeah. I think it gave me nightmares, but it wasn't as scary as Candyman. Because I guess because I watched Candyman at night. But this movie, it still really shivered my timbers, and I don't appreciate that, but I still think about it. I rewatched it I think a few times because I liked it that much. Yeah. But that's all the horror movies on this list. These are really my favorites, yeah. I feel like I need to expand my horizons on like different horror movies, because literally in my journal I have a bunch of horror movies I want to watch. I feel like my list is definitely going to change once I watch those. But yeah, that's my top 10 horror movies for right now. I might update this at like the end of the year, because by then I probably have a bunch of different favorites. But yeah, that's all. If you watched it this far through, I love you. I'll be back with another video soon, probably a book video. I'm gonna make that baking vlog I talked about in the last video, so don't worry about that. But that's all for today, and I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day. And that's all. Bye.